A September 25, 2010 news report from Bob Unruh, writing for WorldNet Daily, reveals the following startling information. That when Barack Obama was picked by the Democratic Party to be its 2008 presidential candidate, only one state, the state of Hawaii, was sent a document from Nancy Pelosi certifying that Obama was qualified under the requirements of the United States Constitution to run as president. Apparently, this fact has long been documented, and well documented. But in addition to this startling information is the report that a series of blog reports are now revealing documents showing that it apparently was Hawaii's local Democratic Party that refused to include that certification coming from Nancy Pelosi on Hawaii's official paperwork naming Obama as its candidate. As of September 25, 2010, even the Hawaii Democratic Party was refusing to say why it handled the 2008 presidential race of Obama's paperwork in that strange manner. The original report came last year from a commentator by the name of J.B. Williams at Canada Free Press, who exposed and documented that the Democrats failed to certify Obama's eligibility in 49 of the 50 states. In most cases, writer Williams says, it appears that the Democrat National Committee never certified constitutional eligibility for Barack Hussein Obama, despite their many claims of proper vetting and certification, all of which we now know to be false. WorldNet Daily then reported that Williams released copies of two documents which were apparently prepared by Democrats to certify Obama as their nominee for president. One document contained language affirming his constitutional eligibility. It was filed in Hawaii, where state law requires the specific language of constitutional eligibility. And another document omits the language of constitutional eligibility. That document was filed in the remaining 49 states. Now, several blog reporting sites are releasing copies of Democratic Party documents which were reported to have been posted online from the 2000 election, the 2004 election, and the 2008 election. The images reveal a change in the wording of those documents that Hawaii Democrats adopted only when Obama was their candidate. In 2008, the Hawaii Democratic Document of Certification states, "This is to certify that the following candidates for President and Vice President of the United States are legally qualified to serve under the provisions of the National Democratic Party's balloting at the presidential preference poll and caucus." The words that were excluded are, of all things, the provisions of the United States Constitution. For an example of this omission, consider that same document used in choosing Al Gore and Joe Lieberman in 2000, included this statement, quote, "This is to certify that the following candidates for President and Vice President of the United States are legally qualified to serve under the provisions of the United States Constitution and are the duly chosen candidates of both the state and the national Democratic parties by balloting at the presidential preference poll and caucus." The wording was almost identical on behalf of John Kerry and John Edwards in 2004. Reportedly, each state party must certify that their candidate is constitutionally eligible to be president. But alarmingly, the Democratic Party of Hawaii's 2008 certification of nomination left out the words of the United States Constitution and are the duly chosen candidates of both the state and. So in other words, by omitting those words, it could be surmised that the Democratic Party of Hawaii was proclaiming the following three things. Number one, that the Democratic Party of Hawaii is merely certifying that Obama is legally qualified to serve as president, but only by virtue of the ballots of the Democratic parties of the 50 states. Number two, that the Democratic Party of Hawaii is not certifying that Obama is legally qualified to serve as president under the provisions of the United States Constitution. And number three, that the Democratic Party of Hawaii is also saying that Obama and Biden are not the officially selected candidates of the state of Hawaii. Apparently, the Hawaii Democratic Party actually ignored their own established protocols in 2008 in order to specifically not certify Obama's eligibility as they had done for candidates in the past two elections. We have a couple of huge questions. Why would the Democratic National Committee seek to certify Obama's constitutional eligibility only in Hawaii and not in the other 49 states? And why would Hawaii's certification strangely exclude the words "under the provisions of the United States Constitution"? As of this date, it is reported by WorldNet Daily that the Democratic National Committee officials have declined to comment on the issue of the multiple and differing documents. Nancy Pelosi and the White House also have declined to respond. What is it that the Democratic Party of Hawaii and Nancy Pelosi know about the true constitutional eligibility of Barack Obama to serve as president? Could this be why Obama has spent over $1 million concealing every identifying record he possesses? How many people could be impeached and removed from office if they knowingly participated in a cover-up of a candidate's ineligibility to sit in the seat of the President of the United States of America? Would you please share this video with your congressmen and senators?